Hello, this is going to be a very short video this week and I'll tell you for why. I've been talking a lot about pivoting for the last few weeks and I'm pretty certain everybody's getting sick of hearing me say it. So this week I thought I would just do a very quick video on how I am going to pivot my own shop in the hope that I will still have a shop by the end of the year, because as I've also said, if it doesn't start paying for itself properly by the end of the year, I am going to call it a day. But that gives me 7 months to pull something out of the bag, so let's crack on. Okay, so pivoting the shop, it's going to go through 3 main stages. Stage 1. Okay, stage 1 is basically repeating the exact same thing that I was doing at the start of this year, and that is pivoting towards more need-esque items. At the start of the year, this looked like greeting cards, and I was going to make greeting cards for various occasions throughout the year to try and keep the sales coming in fairly regularly. And it got off to a great start, and I was really, I was happy. And then, unfortunately, everything happened all at once and we're seeing what we're seeing, and I'm not going through it again because, but basically I needed something a little bit extra. I need a new item basically, and it needs to fit in with what I already do, which is hand embroidery, which, as I've spoken about before, very slow. So more need-esque items within the hand embroidery niche. I have come up with PDF patterns because they are quick. There's no packaging, there's no postage, there's no supplies. There is a whole ton of work with the designing, but I've got the designs up and now all I've got to do is stitch them up and make tutorial videos, which I am not looking forward to. And the other item that I'm working on, if you follow me over on Instagram, you will have seen I'm working on some stick and stitch patches. Not sure how those are going to go, to be honest, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. Otherwise, if they don't work so well, they might just get tweaked and added to the PDF patterns. But stage 1 of this plan for 2022 now is to move towards more need-esque items, or if you saw my last video, at the very least more rationalised wants. To be honest, I think in the handmade embroidery niche, real needs are probably going to look more like supplies such as needles and hoops and things like that, and that means buying in stock, and I don't really want to do that. So the stuff that I've got aren't strictly needs, but they're as close to it as I can get. Rationalised wants, that's what I'm pivoting towards, good God. Anyway, that's stage 1 of the plan. Stage 2, this one I'm quite excited about. This is going to involve bringing in my own hoop art. So maybe not quite this big, smaller hoops. I am going to create some hoop art within a hoop that you can stick on a wall. I mean, it does what it says on the tin, really. But after my last video, I kind of realised that I could pivot that towards rationalised wants as well. Whereas previously I had thought that was more of a want item. But depending on what the art is, it can be a rationalised want, especially, I'm not going to give too much away, but you will see, hopefully. And if you want to see more of my progress, then just follow me over on Instagram, because that's where I share all of the shop stuff. Okay, so that's stage 2. Stage 3. Okay, stage 3 is hopefully going to be towards the end of the year, ready for the busy holiday season. I'm going to launch 2 different kind of products. One is going to be kits, so it's going to basically be a box that's going to be full of, again, the stuff that you need to create a piece of embroidery art. It's a good gifting item, but those are my 3 phases to my plan. The first tier is going to be to launch some low-cost, easy turnaround items with those stick and stitch patches and the PDF patterns. Then it's going to be some wall art, and then, oh, I didn't mention, oh yes, then the bigger items. It's going to be the kits and project bags, but these are going to be slightly different because my project bags that I made before, I made them so that they could also be things like makeup bags and pencil cases. The idea was to try and appeal to not just one niche, but a broader kind of a niche. And I think I went too broad with it. So I'm going to make project bags specifically for embroidery artists and like knitters and crocheters. That is the plan. Now, I don't think I have ever made a plan that hasn't needed to have changed, or at the very least hadn't needed to be tweaked at some point. I mean, originally at the start of the year, my plan had been similar to this, but slightly different. And I had hoped to be going towards making more creative project bags and the like now, because we're May now, so almost halfway through the year already. And I feel like I've been pushed right back to square one again. Such is life. So yes, starting off small, then we're going with the medium stuff, and then we're ending the year hopefully with the bigger creative stuff and the more gift-esque items. And I think, although I can't fully go all the way to need items within my niche, or at least I could, but I don't want to, that's on me. But I can at least pivot more towards the rationalized want element, and then also have just the usual want items, which tend to be the more fun to make, let's be honest. And we shall see how we go. I have got 7 months to do this, and I'm sharing it here because I think it's important not just to come on here and say, hey, I think we all need to pivot, but I think I need to put my money where my mouth is and maybe share that with you, because that was the whole point of this channel in the first place, was to sort of go, I do this, it works, it might work for you too, or even I tried this, doesn't work, don't do it. So here you go. This is the thing that I'm doing, and we shall see at the end of the year if it works or not. Oh God, please let it work. Wish me luck, and I will see you next week. Ta-ra!